Welcome everyone to another episode of WORA. We're just setting up camp, but you're just getting started. So sit down, buckle up and get ready for a show, because this one really tested the vehicles out. With the start of a new day, it's time to let the tyres down once again. Now joining us on this adventure, we have our good mate Greg, who's been driving with us for a few years now in his trusty Mitsubishi Triton. Usually he comes over at Easter time and we do it up and down the coast. Also joining us and leading the convoy is my mates Jake and Cass in the smoothest running Ford Ranger on the planet. I swear, that thing is nice. Also, these guys have an Instagram account, so be sure to check them out, Jacasstouring. This right here is Deep Creek Track, if you haven't guessed already. Now, this is my first time for a lot of these tracks, and all I can say is that it's well worth getting the four-wheel drive packed up ready to do this. The Victorian High Country has really turned it on this trip. Anyway, as the name suggests, Deep Creek Track actually follows a creek for about 1 kilometre, surprise surprise, before making a turn up a relatively steep hill, and that's where things get, interesting. But for the meantime, driving Deep Creek Track is just an absolute pleasure, and I highly recommend if anyone is heading over to Victorian High Country, jot this down on your list, but it's well worth the drive. You like the disco, Jake?
Absolutely, it's a beast.
You should buy one.
Can't get rid of the Ranger.
I didn't say you had to get rid of it. now that Jake and Greg are through, Now it's my turn. Good old disco. Anywho, this thing's unlocked. Little turbo diesel. I've got her in first gear low range and just not even touching the accelerator. And she's just idling away, flexing up over these rocks as it was built to do. Land Rover done a good job at that part. And don't worry about the smoke, she does that. Unlike these modern four-wheel drives, you can actually smell the power. And it was at this moment things started to get very interesting.
You there, mate? Jake, copy?
Jack's just walking the snatch strap down. Apparently it's a bit slippery, so he's having issues. Chris might have to snatch it out.
So this is our exit to Deep Creek. It is very sort of slimy, like clay, a little bit of rocky, shaly bit. If you like all the area, you know what I'm talking about. The disco down there, just chilling, no worries at all. But poor old Greg here, oh no, accidentally slipped sideways or slipped back off of this hump here and ended down that little, I suppose you could call a water wash, I guess, where they've made preference for the water to run off the hill. Jake's gone up ahead. I'm not sure if he's going to come back. I can hear an engine. Whether he's having a bit of a struggle up there too, I don't know. But what Greg's doing now is just letting his tyres down, hopefully gain a little bit more traction, and shoot him up here because he doesn't have a winch. Alternatively, I'll have to bury it into the Land Rover and see if she can get up here and spin around and use the winch off of that. But we'll just see how we go, I suppose. Greg, keep it going. Well, Greg, you made it up this far, mate.
Well, listen, man. If I had that continuous run, I would have got through. But I had a lot more air in tyres than I thought.
Yeah, okay, what'd you have?
Back said like 22, 23.
Oh, I dropped mine down up there just then. Down to about 17, 16.
Yep. Beautiful. You got a bit of a plan, Jake?
Double snatching.
Double snatch.
Double snatch.
How you reckon you're going to go getting up the hill?
I'm going to put my max tracks down underneath my wheels, get a momentum.
Yep.
And then third gear, go, go, go.
Your brain just got all that power?
No.
Put it to good
Sounds good.
Put it to good use. How do you reckon this is going to go?
I don't know actually. I don't need winch, so worst case I'll just winch off that track.
Oh, you do too.
And pull him up, so we'll get him up either way.
You got tackle block and everything like that?
Yeah. If not,
well, if in doubt, I can always bring the rover up behind and somehow string it together.
not me stuff.
All right. Enjoy the show, I suppose. Strap. with all that being done, time to bring the Land Rover up.
Yes.
Greg,
Made it finally.
how'd you go?
Revved its guts out, but we're there.
Oh, nice. Well, it feels like it's going to start raining, so
Yeah, I know.
I don't really want the truck to get all clay. Worse than what it already is.
No, definitely not. It's horrible.
So after seeing Jake and Greg go through that, I had a little bit of an advantage being at the back of the pack, and now it's my turn to bring the disco up. So, we'll slam her back a gear and smoke her up and see how far we get. Fingers crossed, a little disco will power right up this, but we'll see how we go. And that's all of us up the end of the Deep Creek Track, and that was a lot of fun. Certainly have to do that again. Anyway, we've pulled up here at the top of the track, and we're going to set up and have a bit of lunch before we mosey on and find something else to do. After we had lunch, we decided to hop down and check out a track called Fultons Creek. Now, while this track is very scenic with the flowing water and the amazing rock formations that follow along the creek, this beautiful track has a very dark side. And you know, we're going to get a lesson in that very shortly. Jake, what have we stumbled across here?
It's yeah, it's a bit slippery.
It's a hill.
Yes, it's a hill.
Where are we? Something track.
Fultons Creek Track.
Fultons.
Yeah.
Well, Fultons Creek Track. There you go.
Yeah. So
We're on our way to camp, and just one more track. Just one more track for the day. Come on. And well, it's paid off because now we've got to get up this ginormous monstrosity.
Well, they're right. It wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't raining. If it hadn't been raining.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's just slippery. I think it's
Lock it and send it.
yeah. What up? Yeah, that was locked down. I just come to a halt. So.
Locked. Okay, well. Oh,
Yeah.
only one way to do it, I suppose.
Go as far as we can, then hook the winch on and start winching.
Not even that, yeah.
Well, there's that tree straight in front of us, so
Yeah.
I don't really want to give that side a go because it's off the camber heaps. If I go this side, I'm in ruts.
Hell.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
at least that way.
Can you can't take the middle line because it's a great big rock, a dip in the middle of it.
Yeah. Might give that a go actually. Got
It's a
towards the
little
left.
bit cambered on the left, but you might get a bit of traction if you can bounce up over this little ledge here.
Yeah, well I got right up to where that rock is loose in the middle up there.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Another go.
give it a crack, I suppose. What's the worst that could happen? What could possibly go wrong? Well, I don't know. What could possibly go wrong? I had to say that, didn't
It's all
I?
yours, mate.
We just got away with this from the skin of our teeth. It's not much. I shit myself. Yeah. I thought the rover was gone. Oh. The adrenaline just kicked in. Whew. Oh.
There, Triton in here.
Oh. Yeah. Well, it was looking up at the sky. I was too busy having a heart attack. Yeah. Oh, not very far at all. Just squeezed myself through here. Now, as you can probably tell, this is no laughing matter, but we're hyped up on that much adrenaline from what just happened that we got no choice but to laugh it off. But I'll tell you what, if that Ford Ranger slipped back any more than 2 foot, the disco would have been a goner. And that is not exactly a way to start or end a good trip. I can walk through fine. Just.
I'm like, I was hoping I was just going to hit that tree behind us.
Just after you say what's the worst that can happen.
What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, you roll back into my car and everything just goes pear-shaped. Greg's a smart one, just sitting there watching us. Oh, dearie me, eh? Oh, Greggy!
Holy shit!
You done well to get that far, mate.
You outdrove me!
Talk about launch it.
I went hard though.
Absolutely. You certainly did.
You got air! Your front wheels! Why are you taking anything?
Oh, shit. And on that note, it completely reminds me to say, if you like these videos, like and subscribe. Thanks for reminding me, Greg. So Jake's back down with the Ranger and hooked up a snatch strap to Greg. He's just pulling him over the hill, gently with the winch. Not that it needs very much, so the winch is not working all that hard. So, just like that, easy fixed. After rearranging the convoy a little bit, we set back off following a series of tracks to take us to camp. At this point, I can't even tell you where we are, but we did find this little gem of a makeshift gunshot river crossing and I'd say it's the perfect way to finish up another day in the Victorian High Country. Next stop, Aberfeldy Campground. Now Jake and Greg have made a bit of a plan here. Because the Mitsubishi Triton's a little bit lower than the other cars, Jake has pulled up in the river just in case Greg needs a snatch off of that little hump that's right in the middle of that makeshift gunshot. So this should be interesting. You good there, Jack? You gonna pick up that max track? Yep.
Use them like that. That's how I did it before. Help you get up. Honestly, walk on it.
The max tracks, yeah. Use them for traction. Take the easy way out.
I hurt even more when I land on them.
Oh yeah, that hurt.